Okay, so on to your reading. The first card that comes up is the Earth Mother in this deck. And this is the same as the Empress card in traditional tarot. So as you can see here, this woman is 9 months pregnant. This, to me, represents the birth of an idea, a new venture, or the birth of a baby. It can be. Most of the time, it is a new venture or idea, business, creative endeavor that we're doing. But if any of you all that are pregnant or there's pregnancy coming into your home, if you could be the father or the aunt or the uncle, and it's really, close to your heart, that could be this. And then for the other of you, then it's definitely you're thinking in new directions, or you're thinking new directions of where you already work or what you're doing in life. Life seems to be like, okay, let's open up some new opportunities. Let's explore. I feel like expansion for you all, Taurus. I feel like you want to expand. And for those of you who have businesses in your local city or township, I feel like you want to expand nationally or internationally. So, it could be too, you have a store and you want to open another one. You want a second location. Or you're expanding your family. I just feel like there's expansiveness. It could be an expansive state of mind. Maybe you're starting off January, and if you go by the Gregorian calendar, of course, this is the beginning of a new year. So maybe you're wanting to start off this year feeling like, okay, I'm ready for all the opportunities that come up to me, come to me, and want to explore. Yeah, the word exploration comes to me as well. So maybe you're ready for new adventures and you want to take those on. You're ready to do so. I'm getting a lot of yellow around this. So yellow usually indicates to me creativity. It means hope, optimism. It's the color yellow. It's fun. It's bright. It's cheery. It's like when the sun comes out after it's been cloudy for days and days in a row. That's happened to all of us during this winter season. If you're in the northern hemisphere. So we're always happy to see the sunlight. It makes us feel good. We feel more calm. And I feel like that's what you all are wanting, is you're wanting a sense of calm and direction. I'm also seeing scales like what would be, what would look like the Libra scale. So again, balance. And I've gotten that with several of these videos that I've done for other signs. So balance seems to be an important message this particular beginning of the year, beginning of January. Balance our lives, not only physically, exercise, yoga, if you do weight training, whatever that is as well. But, again, balance your work, balance your family, balance your fun, have, time for yourself. Okay. All right. So that being said, the second card that comes up is what's known as the Moon card. And this is a different depiction of the Moon card. This card often represents it's to trust one's own instincts. You see how she's looking down at the pond to the moon's reflection, where the moon is up in the sky and it's shining brightly. But you need to trust your own instincts, Taurus. Because what's beneath the surface, some of you are looking at what's beneath the surface, and where you can have direct contact with hidden agendas or insights if you just look and trust into your feelings and what's going on around you. So it might be that you have some psychic intuition or intuitive hits this particular month. Maybe the people around you, say at your work, you have a great perception of them, of what their motives are, where they're coming from. Make sure to trust those instincts, because that may help you make decisions as little as, oh yeah, I think I'll work this particular day, these particular hours, because this will benefit me. And, not just go with what's, if you're given a choice, go with what's best for you, of course, if you're given that choice. And before making a commitment of any kind, this can be in career, relationships, partnerships, look for truths, look for any hidden agendas as well. And I just really feel like you're going to perceive those, like you're going to intuit those. Any opportunities that come along for employment, it might be that, yeah, okay, it looks good on paper, but is it really going to be great once I'm there? So feel it out. Look at the bottom line. I mean, do both. That's more left brain logic. But, when they're combined together, it's like magic. When we use our intuition, which is right brain creativity, right brain stuff, and our left brain logic, then, take a deep breath and we can come up with a conclusion and solution. So I feel like some of you at your place of work or at your home or where you live, I'm getting people as well in apartments or development communities. It could be youth all the way to senior. So, but I'm getting where you're living as well. There might be some additional costs that come up. Maybe they're asking for more money, not really per month for your rent, but it feels like, or for your HOAs, but it could be something like that. Additional cost for something that's not in the contract. So just kind of look for any hidden aspects that really aren't relevant or don't seem relevant at first, but become very relevant. Okay? So really just look up to the moon for the reality. Look to what really is. What's in front of you, not what's the shadows. Does that make sense? And not the reflection, but the actual image itself. What is going on? In other words, if someone's acting like they're in charge and they're in control, are they acting or are they really? You can figure this out and you can take your own lead on that. And this could be someone at work or this could be someone in your family. Use your intuitive guidance. That's what it feels like. Heed instincts, psychic vision, psychic dreams, any of that helps you out, any of that comes up, spiritual aspects, if you have loved ones on the other side, if you get any hits on that or you have dreams about them, then they're trying to talk to you as well. That's just coming up a lot with this card, Taurus. Okay, and I notice that the Earth Mother is facing the moon. This feels to me, and I'll talk about this card in a minute, but it feels to me like feels very confident in who she is. So this card is coming up just as a caution card. It's a major arcana, and so is the Empress. So these are cosmic and universal messages that they're wanting you to pay attention to. This could actually be a mother figure, or who feels like a mother figure, helping you out. She may be on the other side, but someone who is an advisor or helps you make decisions, or at least you can always count on her being there. She's loving, she's supporting, she's the mother, she's giving, she's nurturing, all of those things. And you may have a friend or someone around you who's like this. So it helps you get past your fears. Get past your fears and your indecision. There's a fish jumping out of the water here. So this is very much about our emotions. And actually, this is a trout. It's a symbol of instinct. That's interesting. And wisdom. So there you go. All right. And then so your third card, Taurus, and I love that this one came up. This is the Eight of Pentacles. And this represents someone who has worked hard. They have experience in what they do. They're continuing that work because they're manifesting more abundance by doing so. This is someone who wants to retire, get pension. They want to see it through to the end. They're not ready to give up. The Eight of Pentacles is, eight anyway is about manifestation. It's about transformation. And of course, the eight horizontally is the unity. So when you look at this card, you can see that there's 7 pentacles on the wall. He's working diligently on this 8th one. And he's not a young guy. He's not like a knight or a page. Has experience in life. He's used experience well. He's a working guy. You can tell by his clothing. It's not like he's laid back and said, okay, I'll go play the lottery and sit back on my laurels and watch TV and hope that lottery ticket wins. No, he's not doing that. He hasn't done that. Maybe he did, but he's decided not to anymore. I don't know. You could make up a story about that, couldn't you? But he's not. This card depicts that he has worked hard. He or she, this is man or woman. There's some purple violet flowers here. He's used his intuition, his gut, his perception of what choices to make. And that's what I was talking about earlier with this card. Really using your intuitive instincts. The door is open. There's more for him to do. There's more work for him. There's more opportunity for him. He's, like I said, he's working diligently, and he has his bottle of gold. He has his paintbrush. So he has everything he needs to continue his personal growth. This may be too after some training that you need in your own particular job, or I'm getting something about your house as well. So it could be training in your job, or it could be repairs on your house. Some of you may have house and home repairs, roof, flooring. Yeah, I know those are, opposite ends of the home, but it's coming up that way. I'm getting ceramic tile and or, wood floor, laminate flooring. So someone who has done well with their craft, some of you may be into that. Some of you may be into home decor, or you work for a company, a flooring company, a construction company. It could be that as well, Taurus. These are pentacles. This is about, earth signs, being grounded. And you guys, you know how to manifest, and you love the wonderful things in life, the beautiful things in life. That's Taurus. You're ruled by Venus. Venus is about love and romance, and you all love beauty. Let's see if there's anything else in these cards that we can talk about. So it feels like by the end of, or sometime in January, you're really going to be putting yourself to work, or you're going to be working diligently and hard, and you know what you're doing. You've had the experience. You could get acknowledgement around this, people saying good job. So I'm feeling like, you're enjoying your work. Your expertise is rewarded. And this applies towards commercial gains, as well as, like I said, your home and your property. But even that, if you work from home and your phone line isn't working, or your something is out of whack at your home office, well, of course you need repair to be able to work, to make the money you need to make to pay the bills, the rent, the mortgage, right? So it makes sense that you want to work hard so that you can feel secure. 2 4s make an 8. 4 is very much about structure, foundation. And I feel like that's what you're looking for. I feel like that's what you're wanting. I feel like you want to feel financially secure. Why not? Who doesn't? I mean, I guess, people that are homeless, I guess they don't care, but, that's not everybody. And most people do care. Not to say that people make, who knows what's right and wrong, but there are choices. So we have choices in life. Okay, so clarification cards, the Six of Pentacles comes up. And I love this card. It's very sweet. It's someone being very generous with their money and very generous with their time and very generous with kids as well. So that might be you, or it might be that someone's offering to take care of your kids when you are working, or they're offering to loan you money for a short time period. But the generosity comes up with this card. So yay, that's a good thing. All right, and then the Page of Swords. Well, the Page of Swords is new thinking, a new way of thinking, because the pages are young, right? And the swords are about our thinking, our thoughts. This guy is like, I'm going to plan it out. I have a new plan. It's going to work. He looks very confident in what he's doing. So it could be that you guys have really thought about how you're going to transition to get to this point here. It's like, okay, I'm going to come out of this fear stage, this hidden agenda stage, and now I have some new plans, new ideas. Okay, let's see what else comes up for you all. This card wants to come out. Well, I tell you what, this one came out yesterday when I was doing, I can't remember which sign it was. It's called the Death card in traditional tarot, but it's really, I want to call it the Transformation card, because it doesn't literally mean death. It can, but very seldom. What it usually means is transformation in our own personal awareness of our home, our family, our job. I was talking about that earlier, about how there's been so much transition, transformation for people. So I don't doubt that this card comes up. You've probably gone through a lot of transformation. Yeah, what I'm really noticing, interesting too, with this particular card is here's the orange sun, which feels like it's anew and bright and creative. And then here's people lying here that have been, it's just like they're transforming, they're rebirthing. They're lying here calm, but then a new coming alive again, feeling like there's new beginnings for you. Yeah, I don't doubt that at all. A lot of us have had to transform and do things differently this past year. Wow, okay, I can't tell you how many times this has happened during these readings. The Moon card came up in this particular deck. I'm using as you can see, the Hanson Roberts deck for the clarification, and I'm using this for these cards. So what happened is the Moon card has come up twice. Here it is in this particular deck, and then here it is in this one. And see how, and this is the traditional tarot looking artwork. There's two coyotes, there's this long path, and there's this, see how the person in the moon, so there's intuitive awareness because the moon is about our intuition. But then also there's this crab. Sometimes this reminds me of the sign of Cancer. So, okay, so there's a crab and two coyotes. And so how do we walk down this path? What do we do? Again, use your instincts. It's not that hard to decide once you go with what feels right. Interesting, the drops that are coming down from the moon. So there's regeneration, there's growth, there's opportunity once you do that. And then, wow, okay, there sure is. The Ace of Rods comes up, and the Ace of Rods is all about new creative inspiration, a new idea, something that's going to make you feel great. This could be doing your work differently, adding some inspiration to it. If you're in the art world, music world, creative field, just new creative inspiration. I think you've had two aces, haven't you? I was thinking there was another ace. Okay, maybe not. The Five of Pentacles comes up. Okay, well, this indicates people that have been through struggles with money, basically. Like, wow, I mean, look, this guy has his eyes covered. This has really been this has been a struggle, or felt like a struggle. This is during winter time, so you can see the snowflakes. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's now, but it's, the winter sometimes tells us that it's been a struggle for a while. It's not something that's just come up recently. And that's why you're ready to see retirement growth. I said retirement and growth. Okay, so growth and manifestation that leads to retirement. This is also about our money. So you've been helped because this woman is helping him. So next card would be the Six of Pentacles, which actually did come up. And this is where you're feeling like very gracious, you have gratitude. So now you want to give, or there's a generous feeling of generosity after you've been through this. So now you want to be the one to give. And then the Six of Rods comes up. Okay, so the Six of Rods is about feeling, well, not feeling, it is about being acknowledged for your great work and your hard work, achievements. This guy is, there's celebration around this. Here's a wreath. That always tells me there's celebration. He has, the 6 rods. This is accomplishment through hard work. This is not like it's been for nada. It's not like you've, again, been sitting back and doing nothing. No, Taurus, you've been working. So I'm glad to see this card because this is about accomplishment, victory, public acknowledgement, acknowledgement with your group or your company, your business. Yay. Good for you, Taurus.